And we are live. You already know who it is. My name is Mike Kyle, aka the Fantasy Vulture. I have over a decade worth of fantasy football experience, and I've continuously competed for fantasy championships over the course of the past 6 seasons. Let's make it 7 in 2020. But enough of me. I'm here for you. On today's episode of the FV Show, we are going to continue our Week 2 game recaps, breaking down every single Week 2 game, all through the lens of fantasy football. So if you are excited for this game recap, the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers, be sure to hit that like button down below like an open receiver downfield. Also smash that subscribe button like a power running back up the middle so that you never miss a video from me. And last but not least, you can follow me on all social media platforms at FFVulture, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Should probably remove TikTok from that because we got to pour one out for the platform. But besides that, if you are new around here, you guys will see how we do highlights. And if you are already subscribed, well, you already know. So let's just dive right in, shall we? The Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. Early on in the game, it's 1st and goal. And who gets the touchdown? Who gets the goal line opportunity? Kerryon Johnson. I labeled him for dead, and all of a sudden he's getting first quarter work. I don't know what's going on with this backfield. Then later on in the first, a minute and a half left, Adrian Peterson, 25-yard run, and that's what I'm talking about. It's Kerryon Johnson one play, Adrian Peterson another, and DeAndre Swift on the third. Who knows what to do with this backfield? In the first, later on that same drive to end the quarter, Marvin Jones Jr., 4-yard touchdown, and the Detroit Lions are going up 14-3. But here come the Packers. Aaron Jones, 7-yard touchdown, and he's going to Lambeau Leap with no fans in the stands. He said before the game he was going to do this. Then later on in the second, it's Robert Tonyan, 11-yard touchdown. Who? That didn't help anybody for fantasy this week, because I'm sure you were starting him in your lineup, right? There was a flag on the play. Didn't matter. Call stood. It's 17-14, Green Bay. Then to start off the second quarter, the second half, first play of the third quarter, Aaron Jones taking it to the house, a 75-yard touchdown. Just a simple draw play up the middle. A great defense, Detroit. 24-14. And then again, Aaron Jones, we aren't done yet. Oh, you thought he could just run the ball? Nah. He's also a pass catcher as well. A 30-yard dime from Aaron Rodgers. We're going to see that one more time, I think. Just an incredible catch by Jones. Actually, we don't see it one more time. My apologies here. And then, of course, we love to see a nice little garbage time TD in the fourth quarter as the Lions are trying to make a comeback. It's Marvin Hall for a 24-yard touchdown. Again, that helps no one because you were not starting him in your lineup most likely. And can I get a hat trick, right? Fourth quarter, 8 minutes left to put this game away. It's Aaron Jones again finding the end zone. Little stiff arm action. And Aaron Jones had a monster day against the Lions. The Green Bay Packers are going to win this game by a score of 42-21. Let's talk about the box score real quick. Matt Stafford, 20 of 33, 244 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kerryon Johnson had 8 carries for 32 yards and a touchdown that we saw in the first quarter. Marvin Jones had 4 receptions, 6 targets, 23 yards, and a touchdown. T.J. Hockenson also had a pretty good game, hauling in 4 catches for 62 yards. Kenny Golladay, again, did not play due to a hamstring injury. Head coach Matt Patricia said that he expects Golladay to play this week. He was very, very close to playing. As far as the Packers go, Aaron Rodgers, again, the fuck you tour continues for A-Rod. 18 completions, 30 attempts, 240 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Aaron fucking Jones. 18 carries, 4 receptions, 236 total yards, and 3 touchdowns. An absolute lights-out performance from Aaron Jones. He finished the day with 43.6 points in half-point formats. Marquez Valdes-Scantling had 3 catches for 64 yards, and of course, Robert Tonyan, 2 catches, 3 targets for 25 yards, and 1 touchdown. Davante Adams, left this game with a hamstring injury, so he did not play the majority of this game. In the time he was on the field, 3 receptions for 36 yards. He finished the day with 5.1 fantasy points in half-point formats. Let's talk about this game real quick. Let's switch cameras. Big note here is I don't know what to do with this Detroit Lions backfield now. Again, very, this was kind of like, this was the game. This happened across multiple games in week 2, where everything that we thought we knew about week 1 just didn't apply. So, for example, Kerryon Johnson in week 1 had 7 carries, did nothing for them. Adrian Peterson had 14, DeAndre Swift had 3. In week 2, DeAndre Swift, 5 carries, 5 receptions for a total of 72 yards. Kerryon Johnson got that goal line touchdown, right? Had 8 carries for 32 yards. Adrian Peterson went from 14 carries week 1 down to 7 in week 2 and had 41 yards. I don't know what to do with anybody in this Detroit Lions backfield now. Like, if we thought we were confused before and then we thought we figured it out with Adrian Peterson, now what? Now what? I'm not confident starting anybody in this backfield. If you do, you're spinning that roulette wheel and hoping it lands on the Lions running back that you started. So as somebody who owns DeAndre Swift in a redraft league, I'm nope. Again, Swift is going to be a hold until he takes over, hopefully, the majority of this backfield at some point throughout the season. So I'm staying away from Detroit Lions running backs from now until further notice. I just don't have confidence starting any of them because you never know whose week it's going to be. Like, we literally labeled Kerryon Johnson for dead, and now he scores a goal line touchdown in the first quarter. Whatever, dude, whatever. Marvin Jones, again, in the absence of Kenny Golladay, I felt comfortable starting Jones in week 1. I felt comfortable starting him again in week 2. That touchdown really did save him, though. He just finished above double-digit fantasy points in half-point formats, and nobody else really stepped up. I talked about Quentin Cephas, the rookie wide receiver out of Wisconsin, who in week 1 saw 10 targets. He only saw 3 in week 2 for 54 yards. Again, my entire point with Cephas was I wanted to see it again, and I didn't. So I'm going to hold off on going after him off the waiver wire. And then TJ Hawkinson just proved again that to have another great game. Again, 4 catches for 62 yards. Doesn't hit that double-digit fantasy point mark, which is a bit of a bummer. But again, the involvement is there, and it looks like he is fully healthy, and that's just always a good sign for a young tight end in this league. Stafford was fine. Like, Stafford is going to do this thing where he may have a really shitty fantasy performance, right, throughout the majority of the game. Then all of a sudden, he's going to throw for another touchdown in that fourth quarter, and it's going to give him and that's going to boost his floor. You know what I mean? That 24-yard touchdown to Marvin Hall, that's going to just give you an extra. Let's do math here. It's going to give you an extra 5 points off one play alone in garbage time in the fourth quarter, and we'll take garbage time points around here. Moving over to the Green Bay Packers here. Aaron Rodgers, another game with 20 fantasy points. Just great. Just a great game. And here's the thing, right? We know that this team wants to now become a run-first team. They've told us as much by drafting A.J. Dillon, by finally giving the ball to Aaron Jones. But Aaron Rodgers is still on a mission to prove people that he still has it. And without Davante Adams, he was still able to throw for 2 touchdowns and have a really great fantasy performance. And that's really encouraging when you don't have your number 1 wide receiver out there for you. Aaron Jones, as somebody who was facing a league juggernaut and had Aaron Jones on my squad, I need a big game from him. He came through big time for me. And this really is the Aaron Jones experience, right? 1 week you might get 10 points, but you're guaranteed to get at least 3 30-point performances during some point in the season. You guys remember last year, he had the 44-point game against the Cowboys where he had 4 touchdowns. In this game, he has the hat trick and 238 rushing yards, or 238 total yards. So just a great performance from Aaron Jones in this game. If you started him, you were celebrating like a madman, and if you were facing him, you were gouging your eyes out every single play. As far as the wide receivers here, Marcus Valdes-Scantling had a fine game. Alan Lazard, meh. Again, I'm never going to start this number 2 wide receiver in Green Bay with confidence, per se. I mainly just want Davante Adams if I can get him, but unfortunately, that's not likely going to happen. If you need to start one of them on any given week at a flex option, I don't think it's ever going to hurt you, but I just don't know what your confidence level is going to be on a week in, week out basis with these guys, MVS and Lazard, because you're really banking for a touchdown from one of them in order for them to be extremely productive for you on any given week. I think that's going to do it, though, for this game recap. Honestly, not a whole lot to say. There were no injuries to report, outside of Davante Adams. We're waiting to see what the initial reports are coming out from the game here on Monday. I don't have that information just yet. Anything that happens afterwards, I think, after I record and upload these videos, I'm just going to leave a comment down below, giving my quick thoughts on, so that way I can always kind of maintain the video's relevancy, so that I never miss anything, and you guys can always hear my takes on any news that breaks after videos go live. But that's going to do it for this video. Again, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like button down below if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button so that you never miss a video from me. You can follow me on all social media platforms at FFVulture. And remember, people come and go, but fantasy championships are forever. I will see you in the next video.